Hello and welcome to Laney Photography Department short video on setting the Rebel T6 metering mode. In order to get access to these modes, we have to be in manual. We are now taking a look at finding an exposure value that we can use as a starting point, making adjustments in shutter speed and aperture and ISO to get a really good first exposure. It's a nice idea to think we can get a perfect exposure on the first shot, and after 10, 20, 30 years of that stuff, yeah, you can do that. But we have a lot of ways to get ourselves started, get ourselves in the ballpark, and work from there. It's a smart way to go. Anyhow, in manual, you can see that we're in manual, and you can see the shutter speed and aperture and ISO. You can see the meter here, but the meter only works if we can set up a situation where we're reading the scene in a way that's useful to us. So we're going to take a look here at the particular metering mode that we want. It's called center weighted, or with the Canon, partial metering. In order to get into this, we want to go to the menu section, and we press the menu key here, and we get into the menus. And in the second menu, we can, with our arrow keys, go down to metering mode, and we press the set key. We press the set key, and that takes us to a place where we can select different kinds of metering. On this far left, we have evaluative metering, and what that does, it takes little samples from different parts of the scene and it gives you information for exposure. Over here we have what they call center weighted average. Think of it as a fuzzy bullseye that's really intense in the middle and gets less and less and less and less and less intense as it goes out through the rest of the scene. It gives you a general reading on exposure. But what we're interested in is the what we call center weighted in other cameras, but Canon calls it partial metering. That is, in a very concentrated area in the middle, it takes several readings and it gives you an exposure value. What this does, it gives you the opportunity to find medium tones in your scene and use them for reference. The camera meter wants to see a medium tone. Color doesn't matter. Bright, dark, somewhere in the middle, that's where it wants us to start. If we can find a value like that in the scene, we can go up to it and get a meter reading that gives us a really, really great start. So in this case, we're going to look at partial metering. We're going to press the set key again, and that means we have actually chosen to use that. We have set that as the foundation for the metering style. And you can see here that we are now in center weighted or partial area metering. And this is going to give us a really, really great start for the way that we're going to use a meter, and that's going to give us a really great start in terms of its values for a good first exposure. Thank you for your kind attention.